Okay, Pambulem, I bring una warm greetings from the TNN podcast. I'm obviously platformed by the mother organization TNN or Then and Now Media Empire. Today, na the 7th of December 2025. And my name is Prince Emil Koma, and we come to you once more from the TNN podcast. And as usual, at the end of the year, before they approach Christmas, we wish you now all a happy Christmas or Merry Christmas, as they can say, in advance, because we roughly get about 2 weeks more plus for go. As usual, the conversation continues, but I just apologize because we'll be saying at 9 o'clock for the program, and we are 21 minutes into the program. But until now, understand, electronics, nothing. One moment is okay, and the next it's not. But we ask those of who we don't join, we see people and get interest about 12 who don't join, and they reduce to 8 and they from to 8. But that's fine. They ask for please share, help for share, because the message is very important. I got a guest we no need much introduction at the platform. We consider him for be a friend of this platform. Whenever we call on him, he's always readily available for giving your 2 cents on the discussion where they on go. We know say people can try for downplay social media, or we within a social media as if material, consequential, like some man can use the language. But we know say it is consequential because social media is far now bigger than mainstream or legacy media. Anyway, there's a lot happening, and we want to go back and come before, and for let we understand what the conversation is all about. You see, we title the program, He Who Comes to Equity Must Come with Clean Hands. Obviously, it come up from a legal sort of background, this saying, because waiting in the try for say, if you seek for obtain anything equitable in which you try for do or attain, okay? Like I say again, it's largely deriving from a law, your sort of perception or items them or things them from the court. Then you must not engage in anything illegal, dishonest, okay? And in this case, I'm not one for say illegal, but maybe dishonesty go attached to a little bit. Probably we guess will disagree with that because it's quite a strong word. But otherwise, I can use, or some kind of euphemism in place of them one in the way I go say improper conduct, way I believe say most people then go appreciate rather than being dishonest. Okay, but improper conduct will relate directly to the subject matter. In other words, I did talk about Dr. SAMURA To in actions, then way it take after the controversial election where Madabio say he win. This principle is rooted, I did talk about the principle of he who comes to equity must come to clean hands, or must come with clean hands, rooted in fairness and in good faith. I will challenge my guest today, oppose. Instead of I say challenge now, I don't know how it will go. Maybe he might agree with me, but I will want to discuss these issues with him. I will want to discuss the UN Secretary General in congratulations or congratulatory message to Marabio. Why, I don't know, I think he objects to that. Why he objects to that. I also want to talk about the National Agreement for National Unity. Some people then feel say this don't pass. No, it hasn't passed, because this is not a formative thing about a structure going forward for decide how we country go in terms of in constitution and the political makeup. Okay, the agreement for national unity, let we keep them in mind. And then Marabio inauguration continue for spark controversy. Some people like you want downplay them, but it's still a very important aspect of the presidency. Okay, so I will also want to talk to Will about this. And then, say the last agreement they get 80 plus some more recommendation, but he want them forward and add on them so that 4-day, waiting day inside that 4-day. I go on for talk to Will about that as well. And then finally, I will talk to Will about a message where I believe say he gets for comrade, Dr. SAMURA To. So, Pambul, without much ado, let me see whether we're able to get Will into the program. Okay, there he is. We get him. And when I know say Will can remain anonymous for very good reasons, as we understand. So other than the person itself, we want to go see video-wise, now in voice and this nine emblem we don't choose on symbol. Will, welcome to the program for the upteenth time, and I'm really, really excited for get you back.
I'm also excited for the. I want the then and now media and all the team we come together to form this wonderful platform. Very government plenty thank you and express the warm appreciation of our good work on the media for help for sensitize the people help for pass the right information to people help people for able to get a platform where go for look into some of the issues there. What was say go over them again, for get them properly sorted out and also make people go digest them properly. So I appreciate this platform. I make whenever I get a call from this platform for dinner at this studio, my best time, because I will get enough time to talk to the people and get questions again from people and all that kind of things. And with this, I want to thank you. And I also appreciate the followers, them, subscribers, them, and people who are in line with this particular platform. I want to appreciate you now all. Me, of course, now William, Staggered Movement director, I would say, also the chairman of the ASNEG, a member of the mighty APC. I think to say I don't get a legacy of serving my party for a very long time now. People who follow politics as alone know about. So with that, I think it's a very good introduction of Nanok for go deeper than that. I want to know thank you again.
Yeah, many thanks for that succinct introduction. Although you're not familiar fixture on social media, I mean, a lot of people know your voice, and I get news for you, by the way. Thank you for the kind sentiments we expressed to the organization, to the platform then and now. But we also get news for you that you're not one of the fans' favorites on this platform. Whenever you appear on this platform, even if the live viewership not in greater numbers, but subsequently the numbers, are massive in the days and weeks, yet to come. So I'll be one for tell you thank you for this. Just for go straight into the issue. Obviously, I don't introduce the things they want to talk to you about, and I go try for segue in between these things. Then maybe as usual, when I can engage you, I can let for do a free flow, so I can go and come back and appreciate say you self can appreciate that, and there's so much more where you can get for talk into the whole issue. So on the issue of Dr. Samura, I will come to that, which is a very key issue on this platform now for let we talk about. But I want to begin with the congratulatory message where the UN Secretary General Antonio Gutierrez sent to Marabou. Some congratulatory message, I think, on attaining the Security Council and whatever, and then ECOWAS chair and etc. You get an opinion on that, but before you weigh in with your opinion, now something where you opposed to, how you see this man in congratulatory message to Marabou?
Well, in reality, yes, I oppose to them because being that we all understand how the election came about in Sierra Leone, the 2023 election, the outcome of them, we all see all the condemnation from where they condemn the outcome of the election based on how it was conducted. We all see that. So for the United Nations Secretary General, we all understand. So they say the United Nations Secretary General, just like we say, the chairman of all the League of Nations around the world, because basically now that concept we all get. So for that kind of personality, they extend appreciation, tell Marabou, congratulate Marabou, and appreciate them for the outcome of the 2023 election. It's a shock to we all. But you see, like you always say, no, look inside for them, look inside Boki foot. There is a reason for all of the things that will happen. There is a reason for make that personality. They see all them reports and they say this thing was fraudulent, go on, it was not democratically dispensated, that's the election and every other thing. But at the end of the day, can't congratulate her because they realize the pathway a party for take, a political party, especially when you feel like you've been cheated during an election process, the pathway for take for seek redress or for seek what you will say, for make you get justice in a way. We not take them as a party. The leader of the party not take them. There was no foul cry. There was no BBC interview where Samura Kamara condemned the election, state in points. There was nothing like that. We they say all over the world. Every other cheats. The first thing you go see the opposition now then BBC platform, VOA, and several other international platforms, them expressing the dissatisfaction, expressing the plight. We never saw that. And also for take this thing to go to courts, Samuel Kamara stop everybody. We don't see Richard Conte don't come out. We don't say he want to take action. We don't see JFK don't come out, don't say the same thing. Samuel Kamara stop everybody. You get me? Enough for taking any action beyond the fact that it don't technically concede. Because now because he concede, make come out for objects or create any protest. When I say protest, means for people in a treat. Protest like the example where I say for engage in interview them, international platform them for make your voice be heard. And several other means them. Nothing happened. So because of they see that silence, they take and say, they say silence is consent in a way. So they take and say everything is okay. I think to say Sierra Leoneans are pleased and the opposition okay. So let me go ahead. So at the end of the day, in a way again, I'm not surprised and I don't feel bad for an action. I just be the look and say, if I lay back a little bit, but when we come to the situation of Samuel Kamara, I go wonder if there might be delay, what did they delay for again? Well, Samuel Kamara go meet Mother Bill and say, bra, for the power to do or die or whatsoever slang to use at that time, more move on, and ask for reform instead of ask for the real electoral justice. When I make the people and get what they demand, then get them votes, the outcome of them votes, then get them call what they make, then get the sweat and all the things that we don't go through for make sure say democracy gets in foothold in this country. But Samuel Kamara look at all that and say, let's move ahead, forget about all this. Wait till elephant the fet that the grass they suffer, don't stop me, the grass they stop for suffer. And the grass that way say they stop for suffer, and then they suffer so. And then they suffer to Jaman, they go kill the companies to Jaman for $100. And then they suffer till we see the kush hardship, the kush business of country, we see the drugs and every other thing. So whose grass maybe they suffer, who Samuel Kamara made the grass stop for suffer? Because the people of this country give Samuel Kamara a duty for defending votes, a duty for represent them. But at the very first way for defend them and represent them, I go meet Mother Bill and tell us, say, let them bugger in there. I make I not call them, I not inform the all, I not engage the all. I just can't meet you. More go ahead. Now me they in charge. What I say A na A, APC no get nothing for do. And indeed, not true. Because according to the constitution, we follow the leader. So at the end of the day, he gets what he wants. Then they fool the people now, and that make people like us inside say, it's in this I comrade. Remember, staggered movement, they try for tell people and say for stay red, stay APC. We not go against any comrade of the mighty APC. But we decide to do this because if you allow continuous lies, the lie if you are true. You get me? If you know to oppose the lies. So people like us decide say, it's in Samuel Kamara comrade. We not say they work for this party and all that. But this pathway don't take for divide the party, for bring distributes to the APC and for also create confusion inside the APC and feed the people with hopes of lies and deceitfulness. And I just say it's time for me to sit on back poll and say comrade. It's high time we stand up, defend the party, the morals of the party, the integrity of the party, the unity of the party, and the peace and sanity of the mighty APC. So another pathway I take we make a day lecture for this kind of interview.
And many thanks for that, Will. And you really shocked me. Let me be honest, as the interviewer. I'm really shocked because I've been feeling we will get disagreements because these things the way you say I don't say them for months now. We don't make me a so-called good friends, part company, and etc. Because you cannot say the truth, and this is the truth, and this is what you are saying, and you and a man we're well informed, and you deal within the circles of the APC hierarchy. And the issue here is at hand is the truth. But anyway, we go really come to this and because the issue I want to discuss. But the good thing, there's not much of a disagreement between me and you from the premise where you just lay so. But we'll come back to that. I want to go back again to Mother Bio, okay? And in this other issue, I want to talk about the inauguration. But what's this issue about the inauguration? Why exactly? Where are we? What's in God with inauguration?
Well, inauguration don't become I was supposed to say a pathway the the Samuel Kamara guys they use now for fool people. You understand? Then they tell them say Madabio not do inauguration because Madabio is not legal and several other things. Then you understand? So people like us decide say. It's not that when they talk all this thing, now support Madabio, or now we lack the fact that things they go where they go. But the fact that the situation here is we're not going to sit down and allow people and for fool people. So then they tell people and say Madabio not do inauguration because Madabio not legal. you know, get the permission. Me no know that they interfere with the territorial integrity of the country for beginning give you permission as the president, where Samuel Kamara don't give the legality by allowing himself to sign a document between the government of Sierra Leone, not SRPP and APCO, the government of Sierra Leone and the opposition APC political party. If you go back to the Agreement for National Unity, now so then describe the two parties then. One, now the government of Sierra Leone, which is a recognition of the formation of Madabio set we call government. And the opposition, which is an agreement and an acknowledgement, say we not in a power, we're APC. And Samuel Kamara lead me to that ambush day. But anyways, so in that aspect, now then take and say that they tell people and say Madabio not get inauguration ceremony and you know get the acknowledgement from people like we don't talk about the international platform like the UN Secretary General and other people who congratulate them and all that. So because of that, Madabio not get the yardstick or you not get the acknowledgement or you not get the go ahead for Guam. I don't know which word for you here. But anyways, so we get as a duty for emancipated mindset of people for clear the misconception whether people are they sell to people make people get a proper understanding of waiting na inauguration or waiting inauguration stand for. Now I make when I get ready for do I even spell inauguration, I ask people for use dictionary. If they never go use dictionary, go Google, go wheresoever, ask for inauguration. For explain them in a simple term or for give them in a simple context so people understand. This is a situation wherein Muhammad meets Mariama. Muhammad married Mariama. That married or not married, trust me, I'm not saying that divorce, but waiting the apple, that divorce not take place, like where the apple to Trump, where divorce take place, at least he lost power for so he come back. That divorce not take place. What's the continuity? The only thing will go happen between Muhammad and Mariama, now for me to commemorate or celebrate or the anniversary. You get me? But there is nothing like in a situation we are in, then they go get married back fresh. There is no fresh married. Even if they go na mosque or church, they wear white, then pull the ring, they fix the ring back. That married date they don't be. Then they begin contact back fresh. So you don't marry one time, you don't done. What do I mean by this? Inauguration and introduction. Introduction of an institution, introduction of anything. Inauguration already point out to governments no more. So Madabio don't do introduction as an inauguration. Now in first with 2018, you don't do one done. So there is no reason again for make you do one. That not mean say you no go do one if you want for do one. If you want for celebrate the moment, you want for at least celebrate say you don't come back again, you don't get a second round. So I can do one, I can make a ceremony, but it can never be like the inauguration ceremony will also be. It can never be like that. You get me? It can never be honored to that extent. Like when you married, I say you go married, you go back now. Which you were 5 years after, and I go back to church or mosque, and I go bless the marriage. Now bless now they bless the marriage. Now also married now the married back fresh. You get me? Eh? So in that aspect, we need to clear this thing for people. People understand them clearly. Say inauguration, now introduction. So it not necessarily means say matter for Duam. And again, make you understand this. There is no gap within governments. You understand? There is no stop within government. Now, after the June 24 election, we see say they announced the results of parliament. Inside the very parliament, now they swear in Madabio again. They not be like cut off anything. He was still the president, but just swear for the second time. It continued there and then in government starts. You get me? You get me? Don't in government be there on a rough edge or bad path, but Samuel Kamara can smooth them. Samuel Kamara out all the tractor them. They can smooth the road for Madabio and get all the street lights. But for make you get the accreditation where you get the elect today. So basically, the issue of inauguration, as I'm told, to clear the mindsets of people understand and say, is not because Madabio not getting legitimacy. That is a very big fat lie. It's just because they not choose for celebrating a big wedding because they celebrate in a parliament, obviously. You get me, eh? So that's that.
Okay. Very, very interesting points then where you strike the. But before I move on or segue into the Yale Samura issue, which you don't talk about a lot, and I would really like for engage you on that, is how important is inauguration in terms of the structure of the presidency? How significant is it anyway? That's the question.
Well, inauguration very important. There is no government when they take power. You get me? Especially like we just people as a fresher, then go to an inaugural ceremony because that ceremony day now in the what you say now they give you the right footing. Most people, some people even, then they come to presidency from the inauguration. Then they even come from that, like Madabio, they announce results. As they announce election results, Madabio don't want to go grip power. You get me? Let's go take example in America. America, they don't vote into up, I think 2 months or 3 months after during the inauguration. Until that inauguration they happen, now in the right government, and Trump in government starts. By then they don't announce results. By then go on, I think 1 month, 2 months or 3 months, I don't know. But within that gap, you get me? Eh? So countries then they're not able to count you after they pronounce results to see a president. No, you a president elect. That's when they assign you. That's when they call you president elect until the inauguration ceremony. And after that inauguration ceremony don't take place, anything no man swearing and continue now. There is no other inauguration will get to take place. It happened to Obama. There is no other inauguration will take place. And swear in after results continue. You get me? Eh? So the inauguration is like a ceremony where they hand over everything to you. Now the ceremony that is also then call just make you a president elect. But that ceremony the way you do now, it's just like you go college. Assume you say you then university, you don't know all your grades, you don't know say you pass and everything. But without that graduation ceremony, my brother, you are just like you don't feel safe. Let's assume say they give you certificate and every other thing behind without the ceremony itself. You don't feel fulfilled. You don't feel acknowledged like you don't achieve something. You get me? Until that moment day. So that is the very situation here. So that's how important inauguration be. Yeah. But also something where then it one every other time where you know once they don't introduce you, you don't it, they don't hand over to you, you continue. Except there is gap in between, maybe there is reason for it.
Will, many thanks. You go quite a long way for Bo Kandong, for even the little minds, for understand the significance of inauguration. Yes, indeed, it is. Now it makes it appear like say the country gets some kind of or the country actually gets some constitutional crisis anyway. I know you touched on the agreement for national unity, to a little bit, but I've been one for let you expand on this agreement. Many months on, because this agreement very important and in the precursor, I believe, to the tripartite agreement. Okay, so now very significant agreement down there. But many months on, Will, where are we? What do you think about this entire, national unity agreement? I mean, just your thoughts about it.
Well, the agreement for national unity, if I can say, it's still on the pipeline, it's still ongoing. There are several unresolved areas them within them, as we see for the release of people away they under detention, when our political figures them, way for political reasons and they under detention. We see the clash will become where the APC we ask the SLPP for certain amount of people them because within the APC we do, they ask the people around, you will not say somebody then they arrest based on this reason, that reason, come up with a name. So let people then come up with a name. The SLPP say all of those names now this, that amount, then get we don't know of. The others they don't know. Okay. So there are small here and there. We see again what happened to Dr. Honorable Lahai Mara with relation to the implementation of the tripartite when a part of the agreement for national unity starts. We see all of those things. But by and large, the agreement for national unity, basically they make the governments and the opposition come together. I can always tell people in this. Now 30 political party, 9 contests as really. 13, 9 contests for the election. Among the 13 there, now only one. Now he say the election no agree with them, one APC. The 12, they all agree. In fact, to an extent, the other 11 political party plus the SLP will make 12 under this how do you call them? This political party organization, under APA, they make a memorandum of understanding. Inside they acknowledge and accept the results. They all, you get me? The reason why I make APC in voice very strong, the two help me more now because now only APC get opposition members of parliament. So now only APC gets stake. Let's say the other one, they all be get APC, be get equal. They just ignore win in one corner. Now I make APC say we not participate in governance.
If you don't mind me interjection, because I got a little bit confused there myself, and just for clarity purposes. One, the agreement they went and signed, it involved only these two party them, and even though not 14 party them they participate. But for me, understanding is the other party them, okay, let's say the other 11 party them, they all agree with the elections results. Are
Oh.
you implying, insinuating, say, now this not the reason why they not participate waiting APC they go through because APC seem for make a case, a complaint against the election process, and the other one they agree, so there's no need for DD.
Yes, in fact, to a certain extent, one or two other political parties them don't express any dissatisfaction, say they not be involved in inside the agreement for national unity. You get me? Say not be involved in. The situation here is the problem there between the two key political parties. Then, when the results come out, now only two political parties they make a reputable result. What get results to make sense? The other one they all now the highest now 0.10%. You get me? The highest now 0.10% when our NGC now get out of the population. Then they not produce no councillor, no mayor, no member of parliament, no chairman, no nothing. So the only two political parties that will produce them with them are the APC and SLPP. So we don't give all the lights don't be pointed to them two political parties there. So now in make where APC decide say we know they participate in our government, and they borrow SAMURA command words, it became a stalemate to government, wherein the SLPP get the face of one party system. And as a Sierra Leone democratic dispensation with the one on that. So obviously that can't run. So because of that, there were the international community, international partners were forced to try to bridge peace between the two parties there, where the two parties them are repeat again. Now between the government of Sierra Leone, according to the document to waiting once, now waiting the right thing. Now between the government of Sierra Leone and the opposition APC political party, because that was what stated in the entire agreement for national unity, which SAMURA Kamara lead the other one they ask and compel them for sign. You understand, yeah? So now, so that bringing them come together through that agreement, they say, let us do give and take. What you now want, and what you now self wants. You understand? Party asks, well, what you want, number one, we want to make we get a re-election. If we need to get a re-election, we'll get a recount. Because when they say re-election, people say no get money for re-election. So the party say for recount, SAMURA Kamara pin say no na re-election. Because SAMURA Kamara no say re-election not possible because people don't make a clear say they don't get money for them. So he insists on them because they find excuse for emphasis. So he refuses to accept recount because recount means everyone William na able for provide transport for people to go count. So what was something and they wake up for cause millions of people at the board.
Hang on, William. With
I want to deal with the argument. Because they keep starting to them.
You get all the time. I just want to inject something quickly so maybe self-understanding with the flow through. From what you insinuate day again, it will appear like Dr. SAMURA connive with the SLPP regime. Forgive them way. In other words, you don't have a conversation with the president at the time, and then when he come over to your APC party, they tell them a different story, whereas he don't meet with the other side and they agree for let them continue. And what they can tell the APC is completely different.
SAMURA Kamara, if one area where you wrong, SAMURA Kamara not connive with SLPP. SAMURA Kamara connive directly with Madabiu. Then I can tell you plain. Because there are several SLPP people where really get confused about what really be happen and what is still happen. Now, SAMURA Kamara connive with Madabiu. And SAMURA Kamara don't talk and say, Madabiu na a wounded lion. If somebody tell you say, an opponent na a wounded lion, he don't tell you say, like rats, church rats. Somebody they fear that wounded lion there. There are videos like that. If you don't get them, I can still send them for you, make you see them back. You get me? Now, SAMURA Kamara don't give great Madabiu from the beginning. SAMURA Kamara don't sell image integrity to Madabiu from the beginning. From 2018, I can go back. From the time where SAMURA Kamara begin to undermine the integrity of APC, where they ask SAMURA Kamara say, but all these bad things that happen in this country, who do you blame? He say blame government. Instead of nobody they accept. And they look just now, they look then there's there. Where the SLPP PRO then are television and different platform them, they defend in party against the fine where they find them for the statement made by Jallo where they are first lady in office. You understand there? Where they defend themselves, they defend the entire party But Samuel Kamara sell, now begin push the SLP, he begin sell the APC. Samuel Kamara ask him again, we come back very close, when they ask him about ID card, Samuel Kamara, when they say this SLP ID card very bad, what did Samuel Kamara say? He said, no, this one better. You know, when APC begin me, you understand and go put me seven or something. Imagine, they always pull up from the SLP and put the APC. That's what Samuel Kamara has been doing. And he moved with that, but could therefore explain. But I just want to joke. A move with that they come to this agreement. So Samuel Kamara knows, he know exactly what he be they do. He know exactly what he be they do. And if they take the points them, if they use the gold to them, where he know say there is no path. That one they go live inside bush, they go live in the swamp. He know. So that path that they take. Take an example again. Now, when the representatives them will they represent the APC and the tripartite committee, decide say, wait, we'll not give you a roadmap as to the implementation phase of the agreement for national unity of the tripartite. As to, for example, between now to 2 months later, this could not be done. 3 months, this could not be done. 2 weeks later, this could not be done. 3 to 1 year, all this phase we don't complete and we go left this phase. They ask about time. They say if you want, you not give me that, or 2. At least we not do we count again, no problem. Or this that. But now give me the systematic waiting for say drawdown of the election. All the results, how the breakdown, the nitty-gritty from polling stations taken down. Now give me the breakdown of them. So what in the tripartite team do? They decide for workout. When they decide for workout, what happen? Samuel Kamara decides to say no, una for go back. Make I tell you first what Samuel Kamara play for undermine the APC. I undermine the APC with the tripartite again. Now the tripartite are between two heads then. Wait for represents. When Amadabio and Samuel Kamara, Amadabio refused, he sent Moina Senge. Now, Samuel Kamara, the attack Sam, reverse. Let this gap give it. More we go head on. You as the head relax. Samuel Kamara say no, we want to be part. You know why? Because Samuel Kamara make sure say in the day for change things for satisfy and suit Madabio. So whatsoever the team say no, Samuel Kamara they say yes. Whatsoever the team object, Samuel Kamara they go against that and decide to take the path where you know say not delivery to landlock. I will say not delivery to anywhere where fruitful. That's what Samuel Kamara has been doing. You understand? So even when it comes to the agreement for national unity, when they tell them policies, then Samuel Kamara refuse them. Even when the people, when the party say, you know what, this agreement for national unity say, no sign them. You know why? Is it because what they're waiting, Beng for what explain to the people? And this is what Beng for me to go to the, to the local way in him. What if Beng for what explain to people? They inside this thing. Now void. Not get nothing for do what makes sense to what to go tell people.
Will. Again, I want to let you hold your thoughts there. You go continue, but I just don't want to lose my thought because what you explain so is so interesting and really, really relevant that SAMURA Kamara is being called out. I don't know why it wasn't called out a long time ago, but just based on what you explain, I get a few questions as to like you say it may not begin to betray the party from 2018. Yet still a make a flag bearer twice. And it connive with the SLPP. So the SLPP can get a man at the very top of the main opposition party, inside the opposition party, which was the leadership itself. And then finally, Dr. Samura, they go against everything with the APC being advice. Yes, he not been the flag bearer, he get Boku power, but you don't get Boku power past the totality of the All People's Congress itself. Let's say NAC. That means he must have had other people in way they connive along with them. It can't be alone, you're not the champion, we just the NAC chess. Will that be the case? Will?
Make a clear something. There is nobody in the APC or any political party will get more power than the elected flag bearer of the party during that time. Even NAC.
Okay.
You get me? They're above even NAC. Now he get the total right for choose who that they work with. He get right for choose who that will be in campaign manager, who that not satisfied with. He get right for do everything whatever do with the party. Now I make the party divide into two. You get what they call the administrative aspect of the party. The administrative aspect of the party, now you get the chairman, deputy chairman, secretary general, and all that. If you get in publicity when at Tunis, that's an administrative aspect of the party. You understand the APC as a political party. Samuel Kamara get the campaign manager where they organize every other thing. Get people where they go out there under a campaign team. What I mean the campaign team, I don't talk about Samuel Kamara do create a parallel of him. I talk about a civilized situation inside the APC or any other political party. That flag bearer, it gets a team where they run the election. It's different from the administration. You get me? Eh? Now I make you get now the all the media then invite two type of people in. They get person whether they invite for can talk for governments. When I in the guy named Jalo, Minister of Communication. Yeah. When they talk for government, they get the one where they talk for the SIPP. You understand? Where they talk for SIPP. So now two different people in. Now so they happen during an election. So Samuel Kamara they above all them waited and the only two Samuel Kamara not the above now national delegates and the National Delegate Conference speak up already. Because now that platform there, now the highest body where decisions are made. Now during the term of that person who they don't select or elect them, there is nothing called National Delegate Conference again where they be held. Because nothing will go above them. So Samuel Kamara split, so make I tell you something, make you understand the level where Samuel Kamara go for scatter APC. Samuel Kamara splits the APC. Even the ASMEG, when at the Association of Social Media Groups, where me the head, Samuel Kamara balance ASMEG, they go from what they call affiliate bodies to Dr. Samuel Kamara. Then what do you do now? All the groups are where they under the ASMEG, they're all split. 30 they are split, so they don't go from. 30 all the groups that all come under ASMEG. They all split that will go under the ASMEG. Some groups like Staggered Movement refuse. Other groups are under the ASMEG, they all go back. So it comes cracks everywhere inside the party. It creates a parallel body where they run their own election for itself. It creates a parallel office to the party. Everything. Now, one question maybe they ask in the when they initiate this question, they try to ask a question, say, if we be no say Samuel Kamara don't begin to do this from 2018, why the party not take action against Samuel Kamara? I guess now that's you direction with the go. In the beginning of Samuel Kamara in the beginning of Samuel Kamara in selection by former President Dr. Anes Baikoma, what people to say try for do good to somebody where you realize say, well, you know, do good personally, but you realize that the person gets what it takes for move ministries. I don't see it all work, it don't show, and really dedicated and focused. So the person came for take leadership. Not knowing say there's a difference between a hard worker and a manager. Because when a hard work is a bit, you go make a manager, until they spoil. You understand? That one a manager is a bit, you go get a shovel for dig well, finally that work in it on. You get me? That is a situation where I think to say Anes Baikoma makes one mistake back. Okay. Now we get Samuel Kamara. What did the party for? What did the party look at is that Samuel Kamara was inexperienced, ill-experienced, again I use, with relation to in first phase of governance. Now I make this term, the party come under him for EPAM. Now I'm going to talk say, the party is set up against Samuel Kamara. Who said that? There's some people that call Team A. What if you know they Team A and Team A means say you want to support Samuel Kamara, basically. Apart of that, people is within the APC party. I go say this now, and I'm administrative heads then. But people like under the party, the parliamentarians then, against the constitution, then declare for Samuel Kamara before time. You get people like Casual and Cole, where they don't come out and talk and say, they don't be get rights for declare for Samuel Kamara, they declare for Samuel Kamara. People like Cherry Coco Dua, Ali. We see the administration of the party, then they follow Samuel Kamara going to mocks and church. For promoter, who's flag there again? You see the executive of the party be fella. But they not be selected too. That's all they show you how much the party was committed for try for groom Samuel Kamara. But me will be served with Samuel Kamara basically 2017 to 2018. Me I know say that guy no groom. They talk say we frog small, we frog young, you know pull tail. What do we only go pull? You get me, eh? Like I can say you can't teach old dog new tricks. Me don't say from that perspective there because leadership get qualities. Leadership and somebody way for bring people together. Samuel Kamara not get that quality there. Make I give other example back to make you believe say Samuel Kamara is more divisive than unifying. Samuel Kamara used one statement against this weather brother with against in support of this brother with the Holland with na Adebayo with relation to Adebayo with the defense forum. We talk say Imama they listen to Adebayo. Make I tell something with the go. Adebayo be the try for help Samuel Kamara. He do all in best for promote Samuel Kamara. During that day, Adebayo they fight against anybody who opposes Samuel Kamara, including other running mates then. Cause all kinds of things. Samuel Kamara supposed to use that platform for encourage other players to come on board. But Samuel Kamara used a statement that Imama appreciates Madabio and Mama are the epitome of what was it, holiness, respect, and some other thing. What was it? That Mama figure You know, they get a joke. So when you say mama they listen, they tell them say bullshit stone or like it costs no mama they enjoy it, me say they enjoy. You get me? Eh? There was no situation where you say, well, people are the effects for me. I recognize these boys. Why calling name? I did by your friend not calling name. Recognize, but we are the mami cause smoke cool and that we all are one now. We don't come together now for move forward. You get me? Eh? We don't get flag there. More we try for target the thing. But now SAMURA Kama was not like that. SAMURA Kama was encouraging the thing. SAMURA Kama was encouraging it because he was liking it. You understand?
Okay.
Eh? So that kind of person when me work with, where I see and where the Bokude for talk about them, but small.
Exactly, and we go come back. We go come back to her because I mean, you've made a lot of revelation in Naya. Some of them I don't really a little bit. Some of them I actually do agree with you because I get opinion on these things as well. But quite a revelation you've made. But before we come back to Dr. SAMURA Fambule, I just want to greet you now in the name of the TNN podcast. Named Prince Kuma gets a very important and interesting guest in person of William of the Stay Red Movement, director of the Stay Red Movement and leader of ASMEG, when our APC social media Fambulem. So we get a very interesting discussion. Something we get for go down at the history books of the country, to be honest. Because just imagine you get 8.5 million or plus or minus, whichever way, where you really get supposed to get commitment towards and then put you forward as the candidate. And now with the you say there was plenty of hypocrisy, deceit, and undermining from your own side in which you allow an election potentially in inverted commas to have been stolen. Will, I want to take you back quickly to the 80 recommendations, were really important. Of course, we're not going to talk about the 80, but the 4 added ones, waiting and 4 added ones they mean, waiting and entail in terms of the recommendations.
Well, in terms of the arguments for national unity, as we all know, um different things them or elements them where the meant for put together in relation to addressing the situation where they where cause the instability we happen in our country, make up that way. So it gets several things them where they make them for address. Okay. Among some of them things there, it gets for do with the established for independent tripartite committee, where they don't do, it get the electoral reform for strengthening future elections, then it get the release and review of all political detained persons, where now one of the things them where still they go on and all be fully implemented it. It get review of suspension or dismissal of and discipline actions them we then take against public service workers, look people the way they work as how do you call them? For governments. You understand? Yeah, people don't work for government because they sack people because they associate with the APC and several other things. Then another thing is going on number 5 now for guarantee the safe return for exile and threatened political figures. Then are people where they out of the country. I can always give example to part 2. You understand? Yeah, because now a clear figure than they of that kind people of persons there. So they be active for return. Up to now, that one not be completed it. It's implementation of confidence building measures then. Of course, confidence building measures then mean say for ensure no political intimidation is still legal, equal and free access to state media, where me say all the political party them, especially APC and SFP, for get equal access to state media is still well, I don't know what people say, but it's not still going properly. We get stopping harassment of opposition supporters, maintaining neutrality of security institutions like the police. We see all how things they flow. We get the strengthening of justice, rule of law, and human rights, where they still work on also because some of these things not conclusively finish it. We get the promotion of inclusive governance and national cohesion, where obviously now the tail end of the whole thing down there for reduce political polarization, promote inclusivity in national decision making, and several other things. Then you understand where the argument for national unity be the sought out for. So some of them things they are not being implemented yet. Some of them not being implemented yet. As I say, our emphasis now the one that we don't sack from work then is still there unabated, not being implemented yet. In fact, they're not touching it. The one them where they out we don't talk of Fiji like today because of political reasons. That's why they not touch them yet. The detained persons where obviously Napademba Road we see that they all release some but the APC still a demand say there are more. And apart of that, again, the party recognize, I mean, the SLP recognize that there are more. When SSF show say they not come to conclusive with for them, because the time they release out and pull a press statement, when they talk say then go they release the balance them another time, they go find another time. So all of these things are areas them will not be implemented yet. Now I make where the tripartite come up with the 80 recommendations, they be sort and fit say, hey, when you talk about 80 recommendations, as if we don't ignore the other 4, when you talk about cohesiveness and other things, then we need to come on board. So now they call an 80 plus 4 recommendations. You get me? The 80 plus 4 recommendations. And people then they look and say, now the divergent areas them where the APC come up with about 5. The SLP, these are get divergent areas where APC not agree with. But these are not talk about that. You understand? The SLP get their own areas where APC not agree with. So then they now the SAMURA Kamara people they got that for okay, let's agree say the 5 safe of divergent areas where divergent simply mean for people that they listen, area they would not agree on. Area they want the 2 parties there not agree on. You understand? And when they talk about they say implementation of the 80 recommendations, the recommendations mean something they don't agree and they don't agree to. That are recommendations between the 2 parties, especially when it involves 2 parties. Now, what thing they don't agree to, what they don't right say this is for implementation. Those are the recommendations. So the divergent areas, now what thing are some of the things that we APC come with, but the SLPP don't agree to them. The SLPP don't give a word say okay, they agree. So those are the areas. So how do they go implement what they don't agree upon? So the 80 recommendations, more put the 5D. Even if you put the 5D, there's nothing there like SAMURA Kamara is going to be president. There's nothing there like Rigon. There's nothing there like even recounts. There's nothing there like reversing anything or removing Madabio from in position. Nothing for that document. You get me? So all of these things that they do for full people, they do for create division inside the party, because at the end of the day, if the party they say more go so people and they can no agenda, this will not go that way, now this will go, now division already. You get me? For create disunity inside the party, for weakening the party. Now make I always say, if somebody tell me say they pay SAMURA Kamara, I agree with them. Because the way SAMURA Kamara conduct himself is like he's having a goal, an aim. Although if you want, I can't tell you what SAMURA Kamara main aim. Why may SAMURA Kamara do always do so? Maybe people understand. Wait, because some people like ask, wait, SAMURA Kamara say the to the people. If I lie, why SAMURA Kamara not they come out and tell people if you know say a lie? Why SAMURA Kamara need one? That's why I want to come as a question. Then I go take them from there. You get to make sure now the game of SAMURA Kamara they play and waiting like targets where they play all this play. I want to understand the game, the political game. But like also, Anes by Kumabi say, you see some people they play Munku politics. So SAMURA Kamara one of the people who get that quote say for play Munku politics. Yes, sir.
It's unfortunate, like former President Koroma been very key and instrumental in the selection process, subsequently election of Dr. SAMURA Kamara as flag bearer. Yes, there's a process of balloting, but obviously you have to receive the anointing of the most powerful man at the time, probably still the same, but definitely being get the blessing of Anes Koroma. Because remember, 27 other, 2017, 2016, leading to 2018 election is a long time ago, but not too long enough for level not remember. See, there were 27 other candidates and SAMURA was not one of them until suddenly a name just come up. How did it happen? Not so by magic. Few questions they want to ask you. I get with you last, but few questions they want to ask you in that regard, because there's so much I want to talk about Dr. SAMURA. But you are wowing me with you expose of a potentially a mole. Imagine the leadership of the APC, the leader, the flag bearer of the APC. The description, italics say he was a mole, or he's a mole inside the party, wherein they play against the party interest for the other side than your interest. This is quite a thriller and will make a very good novel if you will like. Okay. So we don't talk about this 80 recommendation, especially the 4 entails them waiting a mean. Will they come back to Dr. SAMURA will? But I want to talk a few things, just within the same APC and within the go on. So the APC got fined Will, and I think they don't pay that fine day. And I think they attribute the issue to Lahai Mara, something where BCA. Now that make them find the party some huge sum of money, especially at this particular point in time where money business stronger, but the party don't pay. What in Lahai Mara BC? Waiting at the context of waiting you see, and what do you think about the fine?
Okay. For me, I think to say Lai Mara be the try for express in dissatisfaction, or me I go put the party behind am say the party in dissatisfaction. I know I'm personalize am, because wetin be the try for say it resonate with Mr. Sefudinaya that the tripartite as a body where we dey expect for be like the body way for unify we all, including both the political parties them, and also make sure say they count a way for bring solace, peace, and unity back inside the country, and make sure say democracy be respected and protected at the same time. We find out say this tripartite body, you understand that the tripartite secretariat, we find out say don't become a tool, or it want make itself a tool where the SFP they use for bring dispute or for cowards by and large for fraud the next election, for thief the next election by virtue of how then they conduct themselves. So Lai Mara visit all right the tripartite secretariat, they get a meeting in Falaba where according to them they call the chairman of Falaba under the APC for Kawit. 10 people them, if na how they call them, electoral justice people them, vote to them about 15. Get do them divide all to them business about the party, because then they take advantage of the seeming divide where they say the APC for exploit them, for use them to advantage or create more confusion inside the APC. That's the target. Because you know go tell SPP say, well, the one on the power on for count 5, the one on to power. No. They just say SPP on count 2 amount. So why do you need to do that about the APC? But anyways, so when Lai Mara connects with the APC, tell the APC as an executive, the secretariat say, now this do happen. Secretariat say, well, no. Even Kefala Mara, Dr. Kefala Mara, we happen for be the leading negotiator, now the tripartite, now the agreement for national unity, I would say. Now if you get an idea, say such engagement don't start. And these engagements, they make a purposely for make the tripartite go back to the people. Go meet the people, explain what they don't do, how far they don't come on, what are the way forward. Then the Sierra Leoneans, them as a public, go give them idea, go make their inputs. You get me? So therefore, that kind of platform they supposed to be an open, like a field or community center or a big place. It's like people like it can they all sit down, then talk. But what did the tripartite and secretariat decide for do? They decide for say, okay, then now they allow more than 150 people. Among these 150 people, at most the APC work out 15 people. Technically, I agree, say, so then say maybe there's a pick up with 15 people. These are the main political parties who involved by this thing, so then get 15. So who side the other one they come on winner strictly by invitation? Now we don't understand it today. You understand? The rest of the 120 people, we don't even understand who side they come, because they don't even explain who are these people. So when he realized this, he connect with the party say, we don't even know certain people don't begin go. Dr. Kefala Mara not even know about this kind of thing, because he say, you don't even know. All right, so he go there. So he explained to them, say, hey, this one I do so not proper. And this situation where they go on, we see say the SRPP that they talk about how they go use police and soldier and military force for block the APC. You get me? He said, we're not afraid of them. He said, get what it takes for go against them. He gave a scenery. He said, una go realize the one that advance now. So man before they pull gun, don't understand that we don't attack. You understand? He said, and people in the back way, then they for hire, for mercenary. He said, but we don't want that. That now the part of his statement were like, if it may not be said under for telling say no, he said wrong. But he said we don't want all of that. So because of that, we expect Una to do the right thing. We not in a situation where we go back. So he said we don't come out. So and Madam said we don't talk. It's a rigged election, they lead to war. Madam said it. So in the court, typically the reference to Madam in word say, if we are continuing for rigged election, it go lead to war. And we don't want that. So because of that, the final say he talk about weapons, you talk about challenging military and several other things then. Where the party, despite the party get arguments, say PPRC no get that mandate, because PPRC, the mandate according to the PPRC 2022 Act, it tell them say, when situation like this happen, first of all, una the guy to the party, una inform the party, una they create a hearing for investigate and create an hearing where una begin the person question them, then we're gonna find out, say all una investigation right, una find the party. They not write to APC, they don't inform APC, then just fine. Whose procedure they use? how they validate the videos or audios or whatsoever they get or the hearsay. Now the one gets sabi, they're just fine. You get me? Eh? Which is against, but APC being a peaceful party, APC no one big go. Say okay, despite we go challenge, we go make them publicly to the people, but we go pay because we no one problem. The APC pay.
Yeah.
Now the SRPP do the same thing. In fact, the SRPP person talk say they're ready for fetch the APC. He use more aggressive word. When Ajalo, he use more aggressive word. Now 30 days I talk to you, so the 14 days window where they give them for pay, it don't get expire. The SRPP they refuse for pay. Then say how Jalo talk the talk out of in your personality, not talk on behalf of the party, so to the party them for fine. Now Jalo them for fine. Just imagine the kind crude. These are governments that power and they behave so. The government was create a pace for peace and unity in this country. Now they behave so. So just see what's in the governance alone. Yes, sir.
Will, many thanks. And Fambulem again once more. This is not the TNN podcast, and we talk about very important issues. We know say the people who are affected by what we see, they can try for downplay social media, like say relevant. But trust me, it is relevant. Social media is relevant. What you do is relevant. This platform is relevant. We guess the who they bring come, they are all relevant. The producers, them, are relevant. And social media, they trend far more than legacy mainstream media, the CNNs, the MSNBCs, the BBCs, and everything, they're all they cut across now. So social media, they create podcasts and blogs and what have you. So we need to understand that the work what we do, we need for continue for do them, for continue for hold power to account, ask the difficult and the difficult questions them and inconvenient questions them as well, if you like. Today, with the host William of the Stay Red movement, and obviously is making a lot of the disclosures here, and they actually make sense. But I'm not saying this on my own because this is what I think about it. But you go find for let you listen, especially after the program, you go back, you listen to what the brother they say, and just try for connect the dots. Because we don't follow this story for a long time. Maybe not broke news. Some people then for political convenience. Then we know the truth, but of course, the time not be appropriate for letting talk. But now even Will is saying things, which are mind-blowing, mind-boggling. But yes, I want for let we continue. And will they come back to Dr. Samura before we end this program? Because there's a few things, here for cover day. But I want to ask you about, again, the All People's Congress and this new candidate where they cause waves. Seems like a populist, get money here and there and doing kind things and etc. They shape money and they talk about Jagaban. So what do you hear from? First of all, what are your opinion about Jagaban, if you're willing to express that? And what do you hear from the inside? Who is he? How is he faring within the All People's Congress? What does the prospect for him look like within the APC?
Well, in actuality and reality, they can always say politics game now like biscuit, the broken inside. You give reference to the 20 Amos people on the 15th of October 2017, beginning at McKinney Hall. On the 17th, we happen for be on Sunday, when at the third day, the last day, the final day, we find out say SAMURA Kamara, we nobody expect, nine can get the mantle. So anything can happen. So for tell you say, you know, get chance, and the APC in a party will open to everybody for be parts and parcel of it. You understand? So in that respect, we brother they doing your own thing. Well, your own thing we decide for play your own politics a different way. They decide for touch the people them around and touch the party at the same time. Because at the end of the day, what in Jagaban they do so right now, it positively affect all Sierra Leoneans because everybody they benefit out of them in a way. You get me? Eh? Everybody benefit out of them. So what in Jagaban they do, it make sense, a lot of sense. And I think to say now something we as APC appreciate in a way. You understand? So we know they're against what they do. Jagaban, man, APC person. If I can be real with you, I can't give specifically say Jagaban joined APC 210. No, I can't because I not get a proper touch of that. But I know Jagaban by virtue of the fact that I talk to senior stakeholders within the party in relation to Jagaban being inside the APC. Jagaban done in at the APC for a while. and Jagaban be dey quiet because they do your own thing in your way. But I'm not sure say Jagaban be get aspiration for political office. That's what I believe. So when he can't get the term for Samoa Kamara, we see say yes, he come out and he begin doing thing. And now we see and say come back now, they want the big seat, the state house. So Jagaban, they do things cut across the country, they buy things them, they support projects them, they empower people them, they do big things them where they help for push Sierra Leone and push the APC and push the lives of Sierra Leoneans than before. So something is where the party appreciate. Now something is where the party lack. You get me? But Jagaban gets challenge. Jagaban gets serious challenge. That's nobody know the balance that. Jagaban gets serious challenge within the party. Because there are two things where they work within political party. Mickey just said this. For Mickey become flag bearer, I know I don't know if I go expose something if I say this, but anyways, make I left that side there. Make the one where they run, make them do them. But
we'll I go take you. I will take you on that, and I know they compel you for let you say but this is uncharacteristic of you because you know a man will quite measure what you was and when you just say something you can just continue in flow. But you mention and provide on like a bait, water more I mean
the thing
you say move on. That's quite interesting. But maybe we'll talk about another time. Yes, you don't need for disclosure now. We'll talk about it another time if you can continue.
No
please.
problem. The thing is everybody gets a skill, everybody gets in game. But politics, you get two things. You get influence, you get resources. You get me? You use both.
Yeah.
So depends on who side you can create. You can use resources if you to say that you can create. You can use influence if you say that you can create. You get flag bearer people voting at the race for flag bearer right now, where you get proper influence within the party. You get people who get proper resources within the party again at the same time. Now Jagaban you only they see. But there are other people again where really they use finance in their own way. I know I call him there, but then they use the finance in their own way, in hundreds upon hundreds of millions. We sabi them. Then these are the party, they do their thing. But Jagaban they do well, and I wish them good luck in what they do. I pray say it go succeed. If you not succeed, it go learn. So next time they will get more idea as to come on board. I just they pray that no matter who that gets the flag bearer, they all go come on board back for work with the party. You get me? But they are challenge and each one get equality. If I start to go to the all quality, each one get equality under. So he asks for tell now how the game they go outside get for Tom. But Jagama they do
I
your
will bring
thing.
you, in all honesty, I will bring you another day for let me talk about exactly this because there's going to be much more candidates then for the flag bearership. And like you say, they all get an equality, then strengthen the weakness them. And I will look forward to you to do an assessment, in terms of the strength, weakness, and so forth and so on. Definitely, that would be coming. I will mark this down on my diary. I would definitely like for bring you. Will and Famulem again once more at the TNN podcast, and we talk about very important issues. Then when I will see that from the discussion that we are having, the show is aptly titled "He who comes to equity must come with clean hands." From what we didn't understand from we guessed is that Dr. SAMURA Kamara did not come with clean hands. Okay, it did not come with clean hands at all. There was something either not legitimate, illegal. First, I've been trying to do away with them words then they from the top of the introduction of the program, but at the 10 for one for believe that now because in certain circumspect the way he act, of course, it's questionable. It looked like a collude from what I understand with Mother Bill and the government against Ion party. And whenever the party want to take action, and they say no. Before I go to my next question on the same Samura issue, Will, there were opportunities. I know you mentioned one or two, like the ID card. And Mrs. Efana, really outstanding that you as an opposition, something will disadvantage you and you get tangible evidence, physical evidence for sure say this not right. But instead you endorse waiting your opponents they do to you, say no, it right. So there were question marks about it. But there were many other things where people have been prepared. No threats per se, like say how they one can turn them, just protest. Protest not mean fight. We just don't agree with you. And Dr. Samura appear, and I want to let you confirm this, for quell all them things then they by saying as the leader, no, we don't want this, we don't want that. but at the same time, they pursue some strategy which is unworkable. Because as we speak now, Marabio is still president and still recognized. What do you say about this?
Well, now so it be. Malabi is still president, is still recognized. I did listen to some of Samoa Kamai agents them out there.
Yeah.
They talk about the visitation of Madabiona at the UN General Assembly, wherein they say some Madabio no go, land inside for land, Madabio go some sides, now back do Madabio pass kind of UN, all kinds of. You get me? The same man what we see whether they introduce and they play the national anthem for, they call him the president of Sierra Leone. They're not calling transition president, interim president, or what. The president of Sierra Leone. A match car inside the place. He can't give speech as the president of Sierra Leone. They tell me say go land on side and they balance. I don't understand. Anyway, I'm not going to all of the stick they say
exactly, because now the cage to eat.
Exactly, Papa. It don't make no sense. Now we come back to Samoa Kamara again. Samoa Kamara, I tell you, he gets an agenda. Like I say earlier. Samoa Kamara, for me, as far as I'm concerned, his own goal right now for help the APC. Samoa Kamara, his own goal now for bring confusion inside the APC, make the APC never for snap strong, make the APC never snap foot for challenge the SLPP. In terms of them bad policies there.
No, I will stop you. I will stop you. They will, because I want to ask the critical question, because again, you don't make this case many a times, and I think they don't sink down to people. And so obviously, if there's a problem, there has to be a solution. So if not this, people are not observed as such that this nine Dr. Samoa Kamara don't turn out for due to your own party, the All People's Congress. Is there an antidote? Is there a solution? Or people are not realizing this night they try for do? Is there a fight back?
A fight back where the party for put in place, you mean?
Yes, I mean, because you don't understand, say this man they try for undermine the party now. I don't say that kind of fight they on, because first the party they recognize them and later on them pull and come out. And then they say because he passed the constitution. Yeah, go on, please.
The John the Baptist of all of these things. Now we as APC we decide for stay quiet and allow things for just flow normally. And while that be they happen, Samoa Kamara agents them with the smear lies and deception all over the place. And as APC we be stone quiet and not say nothing. Say we don't get an idea where to me say talk to Samoa Kamara based on passing this information of all that thing that way they happen from the tripartite to the people. Samoa Kamara say no worry in good one. And when Samoa Kamara can do one, now the other part before that is he told the one whole party executive under the boss. They make like the Jesus Christ for save everybody. When I said the John the Baptist of all of this, I mean the initial, the beginning, the road where they pass. Now because we stay silent. So that make they can't scatter this thing. Now, how to affect this thing? What are the antidotes? The party will decide, say, you know what, as an executive, let us go out there, we'll talk to people. The party told one whole country, the executives, for talk to people as a way for clearing the air. We are the party executives. Now with this. Now this happened and that happened. They don't hide nothing, not own nothing back. They explain everything. But it be out of it now, because the road can pave, the roadway pave, like I make use John the Baptist, the roadway pave is full of deception. And most of the people don't go inside that quarter day. You get me? So for pull them back, you not just to talk like that thing, you understand? And what you can make the thinker was someone persistently they do the same thing. It continuously they repeat the same thing. It continuously they feed the people with fake expectations. Now, the reason why Samoa Kamara is successful people, now because we people want for be emancipated from this Madabio in tyrannical rule. They want to see themselves free. The people go vote because they want a change of government, they want a change of policies, they want a change of the economy, they want a change of the education health system and several other things in this country. So the people they look out for that. So if you come, they give them hope, say it will happen, it's just like when you get faith. You get me? You don't see God, it's me, you don't see God, it's but believe say it day. Because of that, we pray, we do all things where the book they say we for do because of that faith. So that's people that we don't buy into. So for get people them off that, it's very tough. Okay, the party don't do all what able for do. The party realize say the thing at the end because Samoa Kamara refused. The party can't to an extent again. The fact before the party do so, the party called Samoa Kamara. We also be waiting Samoa Kamara say. He say, Mama say if you're gonna party office, then they kill him. So you know go there. But that say when Samuel come not go to party office, when mama say they go kill her, when Samuel come do, the party be call all the chairman them, regional heads them, cut across the country in a party office. Samuel come call them back like host. It create a division where some of the chairman them go like host instead of going to party office for go listen to what the party they say. So it willfully distract the people and not for go. So you don't see what the guy they do. It willfully distract people and not for go listen to the party. So it make the work, they become very tedious and difficult for me the party do. Because that easy path for the party for work, for worker. But some work they make it easy. And you get people when they use this political situation for get benefits for themselves, like people like the I want to know if I get right for calling him now, like what he said and kind, where they fetch for asylum, where obviously go carry all that thing they go say, now see me country, if I talk this, if I go there and this happen because of the participation in politics, the effect for democracy, because of that, I need to get asylum here.
Well, again, quickly, will of course, now this platform you can call names, but what you will not go on for let you do now for smear the names, especially when they know they have to defend themselves. That's it. Yeah, again, Usaidi, Usaidi come off. But
you get me? So that is the situation. You get people now when they take advantage of the situation.
I agree with you to a large extent because, again, are they on the record many a times for saying what they say? So maybe not read in between these lines a long time and I fall out with friends. Let me be honest with you. But I know they compromise the truth, for the sake of just friendship. Because friends they need to understand what the truth is and what's in there at stake. What's in there at stake is about over 8 million people left. The welfare of 8 million people left. It's not about a region. It's not about a tribe. It's not only about a party. We need to understand this. And some of these people and the lie where they taught. It's so insulting to the Sierra Leonean people. No respect at all. Because if you may get any modicum of respect for the people and way you purport for speaking in their behalf, you will not be doing what you're doing or saying what you're doing. Because it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all. We see, just like you mentioned earlier, President Bio win this election under controversial circumstances. We all know agree. But when I don't go into an agreement, on a pen signature and what have you, we legitimize the man to some extent, to a point where the international community recognizes him. You have to understand international relations, how it works. The idea is the man is recognized. Even within the ECOWAS, when I say they come for Campul, the man is the recognized leader inside ECOWAS. Again, pictured in the website, again, pictured at the headquarters in Nigeria, and again, pictured in Ethiopia under African Union. And he's recognized with a flag. That's not the sign of power, Dandy. Whenever he flies to these capitals, he's well respected, and all the protocols given to a head of state is accorded to him. But yet,
make I add to that.
Yeah,
make I add to this ECOWAS chairmanship way Mother Bill get.
Yeah.
For make you become an ECOWAS chairman now, for me become a chairman at ECOWAS, you that 1 year period where you serve, you got to make sure say they expect election within that first day. You got to make sure say you get for be president that you can't within that first day. And ECOWAS don't contest that and no say Mother Bill get the legitimacy as president already because with them they expect say transition go for take place in between. They know they make a chairman because one of the things that know they go for. You get me?
Yes,
you
make a very good point there. I absolutely agree with you. It's almost like you get a passport, you travel somewhere and you the conditions say your passport for day within 3 months because they expect say body in 3 months. So if for valid for more than 3 months or so. So if you get more than less than, then which means that the country where you apply for go to in visa and then they give you because you don't meet the criteria or the criteria. It's the same thing with Mother Bill. And then for some reason, we get brothers them where you expect for be reasonable. They go and big fool people them. I mean, we can't even hold on the terminologies them anymore because that's exactly what they were doing. Aiding and abetting, some kind of criminal venture where they deceive millions of people because we people them are kind of shallow. I mean, a lot of them are kind of shallow. So then they hold on to that people and they go so Ashobi, people and travel from America, Kandong. What sort of gutter is this? What sort of low life is this? Me hearing this, ECOWAS don't come, the train don't come, the plane don't come, the new Ghanaian leader, Mahama don't come, all this. Yes, now 3 years now, he goes to the mandate. Yet the man is recognized, he's visiting foreign capitals and he's being recognized. It's just laughable. It's just laughable. And I go, I don't use my platform before for say, guys, stop this. Stop this. Yeah, we need to get a better and mature approach. Yes, the elections was controversial. Marabio was not a winner, as he was known, but through the constitutional process where he instilled inside the man for declare the election results under dubious circumstances, he said, we not get help from within. From without, we say the international community. But the things that we were supposed to do as a nation, we did do it. And you mentioned that at the top of the hour where you talk about, complain and what have you. And I articulate these things ever since. And I'm quite pleased, that history will be kind to me in terms of this. We don't run out of time, but just a few things, for cover quickly, if you will. So this campaign by Dr. Samura and cohorts, where are they now in terms of party unity? Because from the last time when we look, I understand it only died down a bit. In other words, there are less faithfuls now as we speak, but it still divide the party. Where are we, Will?
Well, the party they fail. The party, like you say, you are right. It don't die down. They know they lost most of them faithfuls and most of the people they make it on social media or they talk for them. We find not say most of them they left them. You get me? Then they can't join the party because then they realize the truth. And also then go read out, stay finally, then die. But waiting that they try for do now for give themselves a long life or put themselves now the life for go end by 2028, say 2028, Mother Bill, they can hand over to Samoa Kamara. These are the kind of things. But for sure, them people that lost the touch with the grassroots or the APC party supporters, them. Now, take a look at the flag bearers, them, the potential flag bearers, they will pull come for the race. Take a look at them. Whether they pull in crowd, those are APCians, then. Back then, some time ago, see them people in there, they see them out there like that. Now they see plenty of them they come out. This is tell you say, Boku of they don't realize, and Boku they come up for say, hey, this diversionomics program, no party will follow. You get me? But then people are like, I see them get them plan and get an agenda. So they continue. We see of this sense, we see them go, then the upline and different areas there, including Guinea and all of those kind of things. They tell people all the same skirmishes with them continue to tell people. Now they don't push it in and say December, they say within 3 to 4 weeks, Samoa Kamara, or people that don't know, now they know what's in the goal. But the thing so funny, what they make a confused by this thing? How Samoa Kamara go sign documents for kind of power under the APC, on the APC party, nobody document. How? You get me? Then even they don't even know about these documents. You understand? Even let's say the peace treaty, I'm not gonna say treaty, the peace proposal where Donald Trump make for Israel and Palestine, before they marry, it is everywhere. Everything, it is everywhere. You understand? Yeah? There is no secrecy when it comes to the people's mandates. They know they hide them. Then they to something and they go make documents that two people don't know about the documents. It's not possible. How Samoa Kamara represent APC they represent Samoa Kamara. So that one can go sign inside room, they left one party now. It makes sense. I don't understand people and they think people they calculate.
And now a few people like you able to figure that out and reason that out. And like I say again, because they think there's no respect for the electorate by some of these pundits, these media pundits and etc. No respect. That's why they will say things like that, where absolutely not make sense. It's for the birds and complete BS, hogwash. But yet still they get the audacity, the gall, the brass neck for say that kind of thing in it, when they know fully well that it's not true. Now only the gullibles them go by that. So in other words, and they use them tactics and they deliberately for continue for soul division. Where if not a we, then it can't be anybody else. But that's a fail strategy. And you're not patriotic, if I can speak straight to the camera to these guys. It's not being patriotic because you are an outright liar. That's low life. That's gutter. That's what it is. You're not helping the people at all. Okay? Because all the machinations them way you dip on, it's been outed. It's been kind of realized. Will, how relevant is Dr. Samura Kamara? Like we say, the embers, they die down, lily flame, they feel like charcoal where you don't cook down, you left and for later, you don't sprinkle water. That's what it look like to me. Okay. So I ask you where they in the know. how relevant is Dr. Samura Kamara right now as we speak?
For quickly answer the question before I want to quit, I want to talk. Samura Kamara, I always see him. I say from July, because from June 1st, 2024, where Samura Kamara append the signature na the tripartite after I don't go make an announcement to Madabi on that day. From that day, Samura Kamara relevancy, he died. For prove it, from that day to today, show me one green engagement, just one, where Samura Kamara don't be engaged by any international body cut across the world. Anyone from that day, we come on that platform day. It don't ever happen. But I can tell you several already engaged the party as a party without Samura Kamara. In fact, the last time where the people already observed the tripartite implementation and all that from West Africa became, they engaged the party. Samura Kamara was there. Nobody asked him question because it was not relevant. And they talk to the people and I will get the party because your own time they expire, don't go out of it. You know, Samura Kamara appeared as Slam this podcast. We are in a see Idebe Mutka with church light phone, the point per phone for talk. You know, this is a leader we say it on a transition process. Now, when you talk about transition, a government in waiting, where about for kind of power, trust me, you get more security, you get more waiting for say the lamplight is shine on more than the incumbent. Because you know why? Then at the next in line. So because of that, he is more protected. But this is the very person who will not get protection. We Idebe Mutka, that the one dark side not treat because he said they're going after. Or they're going after someone will not sabi. But then they're going after no more. You get me? This actually said the man said not get confidence on himself. He said they feel secure. I go provide security now for the people away see the BNM. And if they talk about transition, we know say they're supposed to protect you. Mother big mother bio. Because mother not going to go, so now you the karma. So you're supposed to be protected. And after I said that, I did audio mocking that situation.
Yes,
I think I'm doing a video now, a well coat and tie, like a dignity will just come up from heaven as an emissary or can't talk to the people of earth. You understand? And I saw a desire with a good light and every other thing they talk to people. I say, you don't make a change. You don't have to appear now as a dignified person who is supposed to appear as. But Samura Kamara is not relevant again. It's not relevant. All with Samura Kamara, they get secret engagement. Secret engagement with who that? International bodies. These people know they get secret engagement. When I can talk to you, they go invite the media because obviously they go for document. Waiting they talk to you, see. If they begin to talk to you secret, what they do not legal. Because anything not legal, now they're in secrecy. If illegal, they're in secrecy. They're in the open. You get me? Anything we see they're in secrecy. Now we're not legal. You not get the legality way bounded with. If you get them, they're in secrecy. They expose one. Make everybody see, make everybody learn. So I just don't understand what I'm like.
You make a very powerful case, and I'm sure Sierra Leoneans in the listening will try for cut this video, try for convert them into MP4 in bits and pieces, so we're able for reach with Sierra Leonean audience. Let them hear it and kind of there, which is quite it's so important. It can't continue. The question what we want to ask before I left you. The final two questions. One will be, of course, Samura been get the vice flag bearer, potential vice president, when I be Jerry Coco. And before convention and after convention, those of us who are not highly placed, we not get contacts, we don't know what's in the gun, we hear boku story them, about the disavowing, the disunity, and all want this and all want that, but eventually then all two emerge. But after all these couscous they go on, we see say Cherikoko be not move on a long time ago, while Dr. Samura continue for be trapped in a camp without the number two way been there with. So that in itself was indicative of a disunity. In other words, that the project you want call an EJ with them find where we resonate with people them and not be there in tandem at all with waiting other people let me think. I wonder whether you want weigh in on the relationship between Dr. Samura Kamara and the number two man, Cherry Coco. Anything you want to tell public?
But the cordiality and everything between them was very, very tight, was watertight, I would say, from 2017, Namakeni, on the 17th of October, I repeat again, from where they select both of them. It was tight. Even after the 2018 election, Cherry Coco did all what he could for support Samura Kamara, for promote Samura Kamara, for sell Samura Kamara. You understand? Several things happened in order to promote Samura Kamara. He did all he could. And then the time Samura Kamara forgets a vice president, and they will give all statements there. You get me? Say, between Cherry Coco, the reason number one Cherry Coco, I guess, they are the statements. But some of them are not going to judge on them because, like, me and Dr. Samuel Akama Ocheko will not talk on that for me and tell that happened, but we all understand say there were issues. But at the end of the day, choose Chekoku. Chekoku be still the work with him. After I choose Chekoku, yeah, he had to talk. But after I choose Chekoku, I can put that to you say Samuel Akama not even the work with Chekoku. Like I say, Samuel Akama create a parallel of everything at the party. You know, even the work with the executives. He choose his own everything and put them in another office. But anyways, I'm not going to another angle. So after Chekoku realized, you know what, we don't reach a point, we want to make a move. And the vice president not to take action against the will of a leader. No, it know they happen. You get me? Whatsoever Samuel Kamara say, the vice president not get nothing for do, but for succumb to him. Whatsoever he say. You understand? Now you can make you see the vice president, the president, they always find somebody loyal to him as a person, first of all. You get me? Because you want any two ways say may not get somebody who defend him. Now that kind of situation they begin happen between we know we talk about Tanaya, but will be the sense between Anes Kuruma and Sam Sumana back then where the problem become. But anyways, so it began for realize say, hey, Samuel Kamara nine call say nine tell and plain say well, he not ready for go court. So instead we don't realize well, we not go court, we need to do nothing. So this you don't know. Maybe move on. Me don't forget about all of these things. Now make sure go office space we get as vice, you don't hand them over. Every other thing, you don't hand them over. You don't institute your own body for begin campaign for himself for the next phase of election for become the flag bearer of the mighty APC and all of those kind of things. You get me? Because you don't realize say this na a wild goose chase. There is nothing coming out of this. You understand? It don't make no sense. Because of that, it just like when somebody tell you say they go hunt a mosquito. You want to catch mosquito because you want to eat as a meal. It don't make sense. If you eat as anyways. So that is the situation with Samuel Akama Fendi said. Samuel Akama they gone after something. We're not even in existence. You understand? We're not even existence. So Cheko left him. Cheko not left Samuel Akama because he don't want to be vice president. So Cheko not left Samuel Akama because he don't like Samuel Akama. He don't left Samuel Akama because he tried to undermine Samuel Akama. But he left Samuel Akama because he realized Samuel Akama not serious. Me talk out to you talk. Samuel Akama not serious. Samuel Akama not dedicated to the people and wish and well-being. Samuel Akama not serious about the power we get. So then he says, okay, since you don't technically put baton down on your host, but you all take the run at it for play and say still hold baton. Me not the wild goose chase and that fully day. Before that, I take my own path and move on with reality. So that's what is happening between them. You understand? So there is no undermining or betrayal from Chekoku to Samuel Akama. If there was any, it's from Samuel Akama to all of us, including Chekoku.
Yes, Will, many thanks again for that. Just a quick one again. It's obvious from all the explanations we don't hear in the public domain is no longer secret. There's definitely love lost between Dr. Samura Kamara and Anesbai Koroma. And if this is the case where I suppose say you agree with me, and if you do agree, how damaging is this for the party?
Okay. I want to talk on this small. I want to emphasize on the damage we get to Anesbai Koroma. But I begin from the party.
Please
this is the one area where the Samuel Akama people they humiliate because of humiliation done to Anesbai Koroma, to a statesman of this country, to the former chairman of the mighty APC, and to former president of this country, with all kind of mamikos and all kind of lies against Anesbai Koroma in person. I can't tell you now how damaging it be, but make account to the party first of all. Anesbai Koroma will be the face of APC. What you call Anesbai Koroma, you don't call APC. In fact, if you don't so can't they like. There was no dictate like that, but if you don't kind of like when you want for being known, notice that APC, you have no say for being loyal to Anesbai Koroma because Anesbai Koroma get influence at the party. Not because Anesbai Koroma they remote control people, but because Anesbai Koroma, most of the people who own APC are big people. They don't work with Anesbai Koroma and they're loyal to one kind way. You get me? So because of that, Anesbai Koroma began a name. When you call Anesbai Koroma in name person, the thing they full up. Now you find out say people in day on social media. When a loyalist to APC then and day, they challenge Anesbai Koroma, they attack Anesbai Koroma, forget about all of these things under the name of Samuel Kamara. And Samuel Kamara, in no time, can say, okay, I don't like what's in the goal. And Anesbai Koroma is this that kind of person to me and all of this kind of thing. For talk fine. And Samuel Kamara don't can make statements them now this platform with then two boy they are the one day England, the other one that America, and name I forget Cashbox and that's it. Where he make a statement. You talk about the executive. He not mention Anesbai Koroma. He not try to pull Anesbai Koroma from this thing. Now make account to Anesbai Koroma. Then people like talk and SBI Kuma, they undermine Samoa Kamara. And first of all, before I reach there, now the very people also tell me say, when they arrest Anis by Kuma, Samoa Kamara make call with them, make them free Anis by Kuma. If Samoa Kamara make call with them free Anis by Kuma, why make Samoa Kamara make call me self get a good way one clear one, but then there's no commander back. So Anis by Kuma get this situation now the country where they implicate them pasokai nonsense. Okay. Now Samoa Kamara Anis by Kuma don't let his
Will, sorry, I don't want to let you lose your thoughts. Hold on right there and just continue right where you pause. So just for add to what you say, because it makes absolute sense and I'm not able for wait for let you continue, which is true. Of course, that's rumor that Samura Kamara may call for letting free and Koma, which means that you're very powerful. But if you're that powerful, why you not be use this powerful way powerfulness so you get? Or get waiting you want. But what it seemed like to me, it seems like there was some colluding between the same thing what they talk about from the left and the right. Because why? Did you imagine Will Marabio, the man where actually they stand against him, we threaten in leadership when a Samoa Kamara. You know, one they get vexed with him. He said, the man in border, and me communion this, and me Catholic this, and what have you, lodge mate, and this, that. But the man when they contest against Awena and Roma became in number one super enemy to a point where they begin for design all kind of plots on how to get rid of Anesco Oma. And why continue to thrive under them. So which means that Samoa Kamara was no threat to Madabio. But continue, please.
Make I add flavor to that, then I continue. Samoa Kamara was no threat from the open perspective without any way to save. Samoa Kamara was no threat because he was not a contender. It was nothing to Madabio. I mean, Madabio said they get uppercut. They really get uppercut. They all bleed. But anyways, what happened between Samoa Kamara and Madabio, or the relationship between Samoa Kamara and Madabio, feel like what happened at Guinea-Bissau, wherein the military make coup. The president when they make coup, now can Sudan announce they don't make coup against me. Now take escort, then get escort motoka from the host for going to airport for go take plane and travel. Imagine the president make coup. The president make coup, then at the country they engage media, they talk about how they don't make coup against, and then the opposition will not take power and they arrest all the opposition leaders, them don't know who content, arrest them, lock up, take the lock up, all of them. Then the one of the president, when in an escort, take go on a plane, go take chartered flight and go. So then they tell you, say, it's a game plan between the president, where they say what the so-called coup make against, and the military go make the coup. Now, I it happen to Madabio. Madabio, they protect Samoa Kamara. Madabio, they protect Samoa Kamara. And Samoa Kamara knows that. You get me? And Samoa Kamara, they take advantage of that. Against Anisbai Kuma, make a tell you about how damaging this one situation there against Anisbai Kuma. Let's forget about, first of all, the internal damage from the APC perspective. Before the September 11 coup d'etat, where allegedly the SFPC na be coup, I don't know the detail of it, but that was it. Now, Anisbai Kuma, you defend out say all the UN missions, they're more especially within Africa, their election, now in the head, now in the go. Because of that kind of repetition we don't set as a president will rule for 10 years and over peacefully. Without any weight stuff, despite the elections began some issues, but it's still hand over. You get me? Eh? So because of that, they will make like an ambassador of unity, ambassador of democracy in Africa. Since September 11, show me one grand peace mission where Anisbai Kuma don't partake of. This tells you how damaging it be to them. Because Anisbai Kuma get a case right now. And that case, as long as that case they Anisbai Kuma in repetition still be dented.
Oh yeah, it's now, like you're a criminal. Yeah.
Yes. Samoa Kamara now in the country now. How Anisbai Kuma they travel go how Anisbai Kuma na Madam you make arrangements against her. How Anisbai Kuma go make arrangements when even one no value in one no repetition, what it don't work for all the years be punished. But it's very possible to see the work with.
Legacy. That means the man okay after legacy.
By this one person, you say that here in the work. How he go work with Madabio? Madabio don't make the man that access where he gets. That Sunday, that in honor where we get to Africa, it don't be dented. It's not silent too, because it is still recognized. Everybody knows na lie against them and all that, all international bodies, ex-presidents, them and several other things, them. But notwithstanding, some of the missions they be evolving, not evolving again because of this thing will happen. So how unnecessary go be so stupid that he dislike himself so much so that they work with Madabio. We don't do on this way Madabio do one. For make sure say Samuel Akama not be president. What is Samuel Akama? I mean Samuel Akama to be president to go up for arrest this thing against Anes Koroma. I mean Samuel Akama be president. He go up Anes Koroma again for get clarity and get the repetition back. So why Anes Koroma go first?
So in legacy way, I believe say na Anes Koroma care about. But let me say
So
this before I go to the next question, because we get just few minutes left for squeezing two quick questions. Because I don't agree, like I say again, this thing, it brings so much disruption, disunity, and fallout between friends and families. Of course, it's politics, not the, thing that the way can cause then division and the. So, like I say at the top of the hour again, it's obvious that Anes Koroma being responsible for the election of Samora Kamara over 27 other candidates. How come now, 1, 2, 3 years on plus, if you like, then Anes Koroma are the worst enemy now. We not be one less Samora Kamara for win, but he pick up. Yeah, he get this bad out for him, but he pick up over 27 others. We they get some of them get grudge against some Alpha Khan. We will not even talk about maybe in another different episode. Break away from the party now in a Yeliba for the regime against informal party we really make up. Can you imagine this? But this is the upside down world of the whole thing. I understand to a certain extent, but I not agree because like where Anes Koroma in tape be leak, where is a Samora Kamara na be the least qualified candidate. Immediately, people are not mass break for think waiting exactly it mean. Then they begin point finger at him straight away. Now this now will be the same. You know, you want to let the man be president. Instead of you can think about the other way because we don't know what's being thought, but just in the general domain, it's like when you look at all the other candidates, there were more political potential leadership in them. The JFKs, the others, like the same Alpha Khan we go, we get more potential leadership. The apprentice, he don't learn, he sabi, and this and that. And Dr. Samoa never had interest or exhibit interest, and he be more like a technocrat, but yet Anes anoint him. But yet now the same Anes India against her because he say that be the least, qualified candidates. Look and say all the other candidates be more powerful than now. But
quickly, what Anes Koroma mean by that? Among all the one that will be contest 2018, in fact, okay, then choose Samuel Kamara. What was the slogan we come or the word
in terms of political
leadership? What will be here? You wouldn't choose them. What will be here? When they ask.
Yes, Fabian. Yeah,
because
people don't know him. Do a program on that. Yeah.
Then simply say it was not only the list because the list needs to get some qualification, but not the
off, the border. This is exactly, in my opinion, I have no doubt about this. Now that Anes be the try for express because remember say Anes be the under pressure way be the make that tape day for try for explain some things, but still some people them willfully interpret it differently, while others were just completely ignorant. But that's exactly what you say. So that was the truth. He was the least qualified. Just look at the pool of candidates. But yet, Anes pick him over the others. We put Anes in a bad light. But we have to go. But just on this note, a fumble again. This is not the TNN TV media empire. This is not the TNN podcast. We talk about those who come with equity. Then therefore come with clean hands. The Dr. Samora Kamara come with clean hand, but from what we don't understand from this program through we well-informed, well-spoken guest, we don't adumbrate all the issues them we try for talk about. It seems like Dr. Samora, no, he did not come with clean hands. In fact, he appeared like say he collude with the opponent against his own side, and up to this day he's doing that, hijacking the party. And don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. In political circles, these things happen. If you are like a spy novel, if you ever read Don Pendleton, James Hadley Chase, of course I come from the old school, but this is it. You get a mole within, and then the story they point to somebody else where it turn out for being not to that person there because at the end where you don't get the how you call them the plot. And you don't build up, here to the highest level, and you find out, say, it was somebody else. This is exactly how it seems. Will, how will all this end? Yeah, because Dr. Samura definitely not come with equity. Definitely, from which I understand then and which I understand now. I they talk about the disunity, I they talk about 2028. And I they ask you this question in all honesty, not to as you as a member, supporter, and advocate for the All People's Congress, but I want you look at yourself, you're like a Sierra Leonean first, and they make a
Yeah.
case for Sierra Leoneans, the dispossessed, the disadvantaged, in the society, what need for happen because their lives haven't changed. So instead of emotional jack, you look at them from a broader perspective and open and objective, sort of perspective. What do you think about 2028, beginning with the disunity where they go on at APC, where I don't know whether they get bigger or they get smaller. What do you think, sir?
All right. Make a rest on this. First of all, how do you think this will end? Is the first question we come inside. I think to say this guy for continue until we get flag bearer at the APC. The guy for continue next year because the flag bearer, the convention will get for be held at the believe say by April. I believe say between this December ending, we don't get the date, or the lower level we don't start from mid of January. But within January, the lower level of the APC we don't finish by God in power. Then by then April term, we're going to get to National Delegate Conference, I believe so. But the party gets 6 months window after February for me and do everything they do before ever the time truly expire. But so it go end that ending because this guy for continue. They go for continue till next year. Until we don't get with flag bearer now, the party don't realize say this is reality. You understand there? I believe everybody will come on board now for support that one individually. That's so I think to say it will end. Now you talk about 2028. Waiting I'm in prospect for 2028. See 2028. For me, make a be real with you. 2028 therefore be a victory for the APC. That assurance that they give. Why I think so? Why I think so, first of all, now how the party therefore go about for prepare themselves. That is again, we get challenges with this PPIC stuff. We know so go settle. The party for do for the first time, for initiate with them call the vetting process, for more vet and get the what we fit to say important or sorry, what we fit to say credible enough. Make it just go over and quickly, please. Now, the party will check the background of every aspirant, the characteristics of the aspirant, the behavioral loyalty to the party, in criminal record, corruption issues. Also, like Samuel Kamau get case in court, where they threaten and say, if you not slow down or you not talk, that case in so. That means Samuel Kamau not get case again. From that time, the thing done, Samuel Kamau go to court again. Because case not done. You get people that will get corruption, evidence of indiscipline and all that. Number two, then they make sure say aspirants them get the right qualification. Well, everybody forgets the right. You understand what I mean now? Years of membership and the party, track records. You require documents them, ID membership, educational qualification, and all that. And sure say aspirants them not get any internal conflict with the party. You understand? And apart of that again, and they confirm say the aspirant they respect party constitution. That are people who don't they abide, people who don't evaluate party rules, people who don't go tell the party gonna court yet, that kind of way. Then they people who don't form parallel groups yet. You understand? Against the party. Then they confirm say all aspirants. They work, not they work with opposition in any way. They could organize same church where me woman na this year in auntie whether na the SLPP. I happen to Samuel Kamara when Samuel Kamara talk about so. You understand? All of those kind of things. The party they look all of those things and vet them out because Samuel Kamara happen for be at the end of the day the longest candidate who ever gets in terms of familiarity with the SLPP, in terms of working familiarity, in terms of relationship, in terms of in case where we get tied up, every other thing. But so the party do is vetting. That vetting they go for cuts down all these numbers of flag bearers where they get so certain number where the party go choose where go qualify. And that number they will go for work with. And the number then they get for obviously give them weighted to the party. Now make account to why I believe say 2028 is for the APC. During the time for the agreement for national unity, there was a meeting with the party executive with some of the people that will be representing and they talk to the party, say make the party make we try for put this behind us. They talk to we at the end of the day because the party refused to participate. May they put this thing behind us. This thing don't happen, we'll make reform, may not happen again. And the next election now, they're going to make sure say then OPI le coco for make sure say everything work out well. Those are words we know. Things can go up the other way. But this time, people are going to concentrate on Sierra Leone because the one world know about this election, how bad it went. You understand? And this not dey repeat itself. And I make you understand, say, Madabio not dey go run again. Madabio they hand over. Madabio not they hand over with baggage. Madabio no one left power, then they go after am tomorrow, now one country to another for things the way you do. Madabio go hand over and then peace. Now make the problem become for an by Kuruma with relation to the result. As long as Nadande Ali don't with himself don't pronounce, when I be the ECSL chairman that 10 day, he decides, okay, no, make a respect constitution, make a go with them. And they can begin put challenge, begin the this, begin the that. And that same thing, Madabio go for fall and Madabio in lap. You understand, yeah? But part of all of those things, the people of this country more go to the last election will take place. I know if they follow. If they follow, you can find out the first time voters were excluded. Most of them not register. They block them. They ask them for certificate. They ask them for this. They ask them for that. They ask them for those. Now those people will not be get chance for express themselves through the ballot box. Now they are here, and we don't get new fold of new first time voters. Then we don't see the hardship, the push, the nonsense where they happen in the country, where they are well empowered, well armed for take action against the SLPP. And the thing where SLPP be used, because I remember who said will be there Tijakaba in time, yes, I think 2002, where we young one they talk say, nine people with school food, they vote for them. This is a situation where mother be other school food, the place for them go vote for another again. You are telling the parents that they go through the crucibles and pains. So picking and they see for themselves. And the first time voters make the bulk of population. First and second time voters. The second time voters not be get the chance the last time. Now they get the chance. There are several things that they point out. But all this not go work if the APC not come together, get a very strong candidate, we're ready for unify the party. You get me? All this not go work. If the candidates who at the end of the day they choose, they for unify the party. Because unifying the party, they help you forget proper structures then. Wherein everybody go willingly come on board for help you, with or without your consent. Although the situation where everybody be full hand, or everybody full hand they watch you, see what you go do. Or when you go create parallel of people them, we know if it's the party. You listen to Richard Conte's interview, where he talk say, in between Atali Center they counts. Now they get phone call from SAMURA tell and say, and everything over to a team. Now therefore can do. Imagine this is a process supposed to do tally. You don't know what the possible don't they tally. Safe just hand over to who? So strangers don't know if it's beside the APC. This is a person SAMURA undermine the process. He undermine the process. It just like when you investigate police, them investigation films they watch. They don't investigate the one trap. They can't find out some big man of politics or and they you go see the FBI and just kind of say we don't talk about this case or whatsoever institution can say they don't talk about this case. But make sure say the one they will be the investigator and push in a corner. Now that's the same thing Samuel Kamara do. We get again. We brought Owan Kasu na England. Owan Kasu be do audio at the court name. Owan Kasu we start that audio. They talk say when they be doing a McKinney at the Tally Center. They begin to ask them all out. He say he take phone. He calls Samuel. Say they don't actually out to. And we no agree. Then Samuel say don't know if they actually out to come out and no problem and no this. Samuel come out all the path for me to rig the election. Samuel come encouraged it. Samuel come allowed it. And someone come and not take that action. They after receive that phone call, make another phone call for make sure say the international partners that will be there around, go to that place there and say, hey, this is not right. Before that, a phone and full foot, nothing solved. People were locked out. ECSL call results when they feel say for call. Game done. You get me? All of those things not happen again. Okay. You understand? And people other things that they were not so we for discuss now right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I've been want to say that again just before I ask you this final question that we need for the engage frequently because there is a necessity for so doing. So if not to, because I can understand the constraints, if not to every week, probably every fortnight, but we should not leave it like more than a month, like how we can engage again, or we engage one time, like how we engage today, it take another 2-3 months because it's too important. The actions the way we take in terms of information media, this not to valuetainment or educatement, in a sort of mix-up box for entertainment. No, this is value news. This is informative. And this, they make a difference. Will, my final question to you is, obviously, Fambulem, for those of you I see the numbers don't begin to spike up, but we're about to close the program. And my final question is, but we appreciate you now, and we will really appreciate you now more if you can for share the program. This is not the TNN podcast. We talk to William of the Steroid movement and historical aspect up to where we are and what in the future get for look like. And this is not the then and now. Dr. SAMURA Kamara, where we talk about now this program and the program aptly named those who come with equity or come to equity should come with clean hands. And it's more like a legalistic sort of language in which it's either you're dishonest or your actions are illegal, or maybe better put in the Samora Kamara case, improper. But for waiting, we don't say now today, it seems like, yeah, laws were broken on a party level just for accommodate another. But history will not be kind to those who forwent, I mean forgo rather, pardon me for the language, me French, the needs of over 8.9 million people, 8.5 million, but certainly 8 million and counting people, just for their own personal issue them, in which you recognize somebody else say, well, I don't want this, I don't want that. We understand you don't need a fight in terms of physicality for destroy the country, call for war. No, that's not what people were asking for. People were only asking that you stand your ground because you had a ground for let you stand on. When I ask you about ID card, if you don't understand, say, over 250,000 of them ID cards, then they were faulty, were questionable, and they been there to your own disadvantage. And many other things will happen along the way. So if people and they make a summary of all of them, for determine circumstantially why then hold you responsible, you visit to the head of state, your behavior, your pattern, you living out of others, then it makes absolute sense. And we can go on and on. But Will, final question is it time for Dr. Samura for bow out officially? I mean, you need for do that officially. Apologize to the Sierra Leonean people, the APC constituents them, and finally say, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. But we need for move on instead of continuing for deceive many other people them way knowingly and some unknowingly for believe say Dr. Samura win the election and so therefore then they can install them, then they can inaugurate them. People in the SUA shall be, people in the Common America, they left them walk. This is disingenuous and this is uncalled for. Your thoughts, please. Final thoughts, Will.
Yes, I want to divide that into 3 short parts. One where we'll emphasize on. First of all,
Sure.
engaging on this platform. You say at least in 1 month. Me available if now every Sunday like this day. If now every Sunday, if you fit to say you're available, we make that kind of engagement day. We talk on issues within the party and within the country as a whole. Because things that happened, they cover weekly happenings within the country, make up time as a whole. So we'll talk on variety of issues are available for that, and I think to say I will make time for that. What's now for talk on issues within Sierra Leone, especially political and clouded issues. Them I think to say they are available. Yeah, that now one area where I make sure. Number 2, I want to make a recommendation. The recommendation I want make to the team for this program now the fact that maybe we get a session where we go open lines so members or people partakers and go for partake or people are going for partake make up that way through phone calls and all that. I think to say we came from work with that, it go for make it more engaging. That are the 2 things. Then I come to the area now where you talk about if Samoa come out. But before I say this, make I just say something where somebody be ask me. He say if I not appreciate the tripartite way Samoa Kamara can give. All right, not go sweet. Make I talk about for the tripartite first. First of all, I can always say this. Samoa Kamara get a way out. A way out is that he come out to tell people and say, well, this election don't happen this way. Me to possibly want blood. Me to possibly too over ambitious for power. I think to say I want power for serve the people. I think to say the people in plight and also the people in well-being and whatsoever safety and everything, it didn't have a hand. And I don't want to put in jeopardy, I don't want to put them at risk. So because of that, I decided to say more make reform, may this thief way happen, may not ever repeat again. And because of that, I make a lead me party to the tripartite, to the agreement of national unity and the tripartite. As a conclusion for we make sure say reform take place when no thief not go happen again. If that this Samoa Kamara don't do in the beginning and tell people and say this don't happen, there's no way around it again. There is no stop around it, but we have a way out. If Samoa Kamara don't do this, trust me, they don't hail him as one of the most reputable Sierra Leoneans then. You understand, eh? You don't go feel bad to drink about toxic and false self on me to kill him. You go feel bad somebody with like the young Moses of this country. If Samoa Kamara contest back for 2028, plenty of people are go flood the gates or go vote for Samoa Kamara. You get me? But Samuel Kamara refused that. Then I come to me thought. Somebody tell me, say, well, because I made this statement there that, and then somebody say, why you not appreciate now the tripartite and the agreement for national unity? Samuel Kamara did well. Now the tripartite and agreement for national unity are the first for so as a party. When I not condemn Samuel Kamara. I said, we not condemn Samuel Kamara. The answer is this. We not condemn Samuel Kamara because of the tripartite. But what will be want, not to tripartite, what will be want na state house. So you not go tell me, say you take the state house, you give me tripartite, that you expect for Gladdy back. You expect for Bikin Og Samuel Kamara, kiss and enjoy. It don't make no sense. You get me? It don't make no sense at all. It's just like I can't dinner for can eat a plate full of whatsoever things go inside where I go eat and food, but you can't give me empty plate to tell me say for appreciate at least I get plate. No, it don't make sense. You understand? It don't make sense because it don't serve the purpose. The purpose was for us to go to parliament. I mean, for us to go to state house, not for me to go now and go lead you to reform. But that reform as a whole was a way for Mr. Samuel Kamara take the exit. But Samuel Kamara is still not too late yet. Samuel Kamara can. I want to use one word, but I'm not sure say it go right. But Samuel Kamara can still lie at the people and say, well, if they expect say things will happen, make I just flow ahead. He still lie at and say, I'm expecting things will happen and all that, but it not happen. Because I know that's how Samuel Kamara will pull himself from this. But Samuel Kamara, the earlier Samuel Kamara withdraw from this kind of statement, the better people are going to appreciate them. Take an example to people who will be the cause party, attack party, the names that they are not going to call the names they are, but plenty of them today they don't join the party against the Samuel Kamara team who they talk for, and they are appreciated inside the party. Party supporters they like them, they appreciate them, and then they follow them because they realize say their mindset don't change and they do the right thing now. So Samuel Kamara self no left out. Samuel Kamara can join the party. Samuel Kamara can work with the party. Samuel Kamara still get the popularity within the party. But only Samuel Kamara need for make a statement for clear the air. But Samuel Kamara willfully they refuse to answer questions them when you know the concerns of citizens them. If Samuel Kamara be lack or be they listen to the plight of Sierra Leoneans them, the first engagement with Samuel Kamara they get that for clear the air. Am I going to be president or not? Clear the air, the once and for all. You get me? But Samuel Kamara needed one. Before that, Samuel Kamara in tweets, that in page, where he call your official page, that they go see a transition process to go on, in they call an international committee for me the fasting transition process. What's transition process? Transition process, you didn't hide in the to car with inside dark room, they point your lights as a transition government way by right, they like today, inside you just say fly 7 passing a day. You get me? So this is it. But Samuel Kamara can still come out, he can still do the honorable thing. Explain to the people and work out for the sake of the party, for the sake of your repetition, and for the sake of the peace of this country. And a part of that again, for the sake of progress of Umasalu. Because not only APC they count progress of this country. So Samuel Kamara they hold the progress of this country to ransom. Because whether we like it or not, you look at this way, not look at that way. Samuel Kamara in behavior, they affect the APC. Anyhow you turn them. There is no way we go look and say, no, that affects APC. That affects APC. We got to accept that fact, first of all. So Samuel Kamara, the earlier, or the fact that Samuel Kamara make that Friday and decide for come out to the people and explain himself clearly to the people, now this is not the case. Trust me, the better for we all and the better for the progress of the country, the better success for APC. So Samuel Kamara get a role for play and not for ignore the role. With this, I want to tell thank you to you. I want to thank you to the team. I want to thank you to subscribers. Please do not subscribe. Subscribers that I tell thank you. I need to thank you to people who are watching past. People who subscribe, people who comment, people who share, and people who press the bell icon, people who press the thumbs up. Now then people and they tell thank you. Now thank you. Then I go press the thumbs up and I press the bell. So the bell icon. So anytime a program come, you go for Siam now you phone off, now you gadget with the use and all that, and una subscribe. Because when I subscribe, anytime we feel come up, it will reach directly to una. And I want to all thank you. I appreciate we all. And I can say the APC they together, despite the challenges there, and all they done, we still a push. We still go ahead and the APC they on course according to the provision of the constitution, despite the challenges with PPRC and several other factors and sectors, but we still they make them. And trust me, we go make them. With this, I appreciate you all, and I want to tell special thank you to you, Mr. Moderator, and to the rest of the team once more. Peace to be all.
Yes, I mean, Will, yeah, of course, you never disappoint. Let me be honest with you. For the few years that we only have these conversations, and every time you come on the platform, you actually deliver. I don't say these words, like lightly. I attach significant to words, I attach significance to statements, and people, of valor, of good standing. Yeah, you may have a side, but the things then where you see, they're definitely, to me, sound really patriotic. And Mr. Stefan for tell you thank you. With the proposition the way you make, definitely we will be looking into this and we go revert to you because we go always like for let you be a part of the structure of them now with the former team here. And we go definitely like for let you be that team there. But yes, we go talk about and see how do we take this forward. It's been a good run and many, many thanks because there's been clarification on many, many issues there. Yeah. Without you or people like you, I mean, there will be a vacuum. So thank God for you, Will. And thank you so much for appearing on the Day Now. On behalf of the team, I want to say thank you as well. So, Pambul and in that, we've come to the end of another very informative program. Some of this you may have known or you may know, but if we not talk on platforms such as this, then it will be difficult, here for make a way forward, for make a decision. Because some of we afraid, let no can cause we just for expressing some opinion that we hold. But silence at this point is not an option. I will repeat, silence at this point is not an option. Because you silence, they keep a nation of 8 million plus people down. They keep them burned. And they keep other people them way not even material. We're not supposed for the big fool we. Then feel say and still get voice and continue for big fool. I watch video where I think Mike Berrow, I have to mention his name because I find, in assertions them so ridiculous. I see one video where he say the president in job and for travel. Where the president they on fire for traveling and we can't see the returns for travel. You get some ridiculous postings and what you can do. Way fall far short of what he been to do before he joined government. Because before he joined government, this guy was a reasonable guy. Okay. Yes, he been get side, but it be sound, you're very level-headed reserve. And even if you come up from the other angle of him, you always, try to read what he post. But since he joined government, I don't know whether he try to impress the head of state. That what they do, they undermine the head of state. They give figures which doesn't exist. It's just imaginary about job prospects, employment, on a monthly basis, yearly basis. Where are you coming from with this? Brother, show some respect to the people. And if you can't, then just zip up. Simple. But yes, we get people like we will continue for counter the narrative there, and we look forward to them in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, every good thing must come to an end. And do not forget tomorrow, Imran T will be on the platform with the usual very engaging show. You may like him, loathe him, but in your estimation, he's Sierra Leonean first. On behalf of the TNN Media Empire, I'm Prince Henry Krumah. Until we'll catch up again, thank you so much. Goodbye.